Do you need to make a last minute card for a teacher? Or do you need to make a teacher card but you have absolutely no craft supplies? Stay with me and I'll show you these two easy ideas. First, you need a panel that is 6/8 of an inch smaller on each direction. And I just used the ink that I had on my brushes. Turns out that they were very dark, so I thought I would do like pastel colors along the border, just rainbow. And it turned out that they were crazy intense, but I kind of like it in the end. On this side, I am blending my warm colors, so red, orange, and yellow. On the opposite end, I'm going to do the cool tones, green, blue, and purple. I am showing you only 2 card ideas today, but I will give you a few suggestions and different ideas along the way. I'm going to show you on the screen as well once this card is done. You can see that I am trying to wipe away the ink from the mat, the ink blending mat, in between colors. And I am also bringing my brushes back and trying to blend those colors together so they look seamless. Here I have a fog cardstock panel from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm adhering it to my card base. And I just wanted a neutral color to contrast with those bright colors. I'm going to stick down, glue my panel, my blended panel here as well. And then for the letters, I did cut my letters of different colors, also the colors of the rainbow. But because I'm using the word teacher, I needed an extra color other than the 6 ones that you see on the screen. And I chose to use a teal color in between the blue and the green. I'm going to use a T ruler to line up all of my letters. But I'm going to give you a few suggestions here on the screen. So you could use different alphabet dies to die cut your letters, make them all different shapes, or use the school colors to personalize your card for your teacher, or use your teacher's favorite colors, or put the letters all disaligned up and down. And also you could die cut them from different pattern papers. All of them will make the card look a bit different from the one I'm making, but it would also work and it would look very cute in the end. So I am not showing you in detail, but I am putting glue behind each one of those letters, putting them down, making sure they're lined with my ruler, and putting some weight on top until it dries. I just gathered some jewels and I glued them all down to finish this card. And even though the border is a little bit darker than I thought it would be, I actually love how it turned out. Rainbows seem to be very popular with everybody, so I think whoever gets that one is gonna like it. I just forgot that I wanted my card to say thank you, teacher. So I went through my stamp sets and I found a smaller thank you sentiment. I'm gonna stamp it, fussy cut around it, and bring it back, measure it, trim it down a little bit a little bit more, and stick it down. And I'll show you the final card here. So after this card, I have a few ideas for you of elements that you can use on a card for a teacher. And just so you have them grouped together whenever you need them, it makes it easier, I believe, to trigger your memory and also for you to go through your stash and know what you're looking for. Okay, so you can use stamps, dies, or stencils with images with apples. Apples are always good for teachers. Anything stationery, school supplies, books, just sentiments, teacher sentiments, world map, or just the word thank you. You could also just make a card, a cute card with a thank you, and it will work okay. So here I'm showing you a few supplies. The first one was actually wooden veneers, and it was a ruler. This one has an apple and it's very cute. This one is just different teacher sentiments. Any of them will make your card very special. and more wood veneers. This one's actually a travel set, but I will use the world map and other things that remind me of school supplies. So this one has books, has an apple, it has a diploma. All of that could be used for a teacher as well. Pay attention to those small images on your stamp sets. Okay, for this second card, you don't need anything specific. You just need a green panel for your background. You're gonna have to trace the lines very lightly, so it's hard to see. I'm not gonna show you in camera. And then you're gonna write your sentiment. I wrote "Thank you, teacher." And you're gonna need, you can kind of see faintly here on the screen, you're gonna need a gel pen. I'm using this one, but I would use white because white makes me think of chalk. I'm tracing the letters, and then I'm gonna, once I trace them, I'm gonna come back and kind of thicken those downward strokes to make it look like hand lettering. Please forgive me, I am not a hand lettering person, but I think that if I do it very slowly, it can look okay enough. If you are someone who can do hand lettering, please forgive me. And this is a very simple one. You really don't need that many supplies. You can probably do this one with whatever you have at home. And I'm gonna use an element that will make it super, super cute and super special. So wait for it for 1 second. I am just trying to thicken those letters still, and it's hard to see in person. You kind of have to have your paper in an angle, so you can't see my head because I tried to chop it off the footage, but yeah, you could actually see it from the original one. I am going to turn this around because the ink from the gel pen is still wet and I don't want to smear it. And then I'm gonna trace the rest upside down. Okay, so here's what you need. You need a toothpick. I am just rubbing a little bit of vintage photo on it. I needed it to be darker because I'm gonna use that white gel pen again to make a pencil out of it. So I'm gonna cut it slightly smaller than half of a toothpick length. And here I'm gonna show you very close. Like I just colored the very tip, and then I'm gonna trace a circle around the area where it goes wider, and anything from that circle, from this halo that I'm tracing now, I'm gonna color in white as well. So I thought it would be easier if I held it with my reverse tweezers, and I'm just gonna color along the base, and that will make it look like a pencil. You could color just on the pencil with the natural color, but I thought that by adding the vintage photo you would see the contrast a little bit better. It would be more visible, and it's not real because I don't think you can use a white pencil to write on a chalkboard, on a green board or blackboard. Actually, would you guys let me know in the comments if you have green or black boards in your country? In my country, it's green. And anyway, it's just random. So yeah, I'm gonna color all of that. I'm gonna use a heat gun to speed up the drying. It didn't take long at all, even though I'm not showing much on the screen. It was maybe like a minute, and I used it on the lower setting because I was afraid that it would heat up too much or maybe catch fire. I don't know. I didn't try it. I decided to stay safe. And here, just a line of glue along one of the sides, and you can stick it down and maybe press it, hold it for a few seconds. And I thought it was a bit too much to the right, so I'm adding a few heart sequins to the left to kind of balance it out. You could use, again, like small heart images or small apple images. Here I'm just adding a little bit of white ink to make it look like chalk streaks on a board, on a green board. And you can use the whole base of your brush or use the sides. And here I die cut out off screen 4 strips of craft cardstock. I added a little bit of the vintage photo just to give a difference in the color. I'm sticking it down to the borders to make it look like the borders of a board, writing board. And I'm gonna stick it down to the base, and this is it. My card is done. So this is an idea that anyone can recreate at home. You could maybe ask your child to write with their own hand lettering if they have good hand lettering, unlike me. And I hope you like it. Have a nice day. Happy crafting. Bye.